Kindergarten friends, today when you get to your journal, you're going to be writing a sentence. And a sentence is a group of words that you put together to make a complete thought. Now, we've tried writing with sentences a little bit together already as a large group, and some of you have even been writing some sentences in your journal, which is wonderful. But I really want all of you to start trying to write sentences. And in order for you to do that, I have to show you exactly how a good writer writes a sentence. Now, we know that when you as a good writer do not have an idea in your head right away, sometimes you start drawing a picture to give you some ideas. And sometimes I also know that you might sit down at your journal and you might think, I don't have an idea in my head, and I'm looking around and I just simply cannot think of anything that I would like to write about today. Let me show you a little trick that you can do if that happens to you today, okay? We have these beautiful bookshelves over here. All of our Franklin books are here. We've got lots of different alphabet and science books back here. And we've got all kinds of books about gingerbread and Christmas over here because that's what we're talking about in our classroom. So you can come to this wonderful resource of the bookshelves and you can look in a book for an idea of what to write about. Now I'm going to sneak over to the Christmas and gingerbread shelves because I love the gingerbread man stories, and now that I'm thinking about it, that's what I really want to write about. So I'm just going to tiptoe over here. Real quietly, I don't need to tell anybody I'm going over here. I can just look for my resources on my own. Now there's lots of different versions of the gingerbread man over here, and I'm just trying to decide which one I liked the best. You know what? I think I'm going to choose this one. And I'm going to choose this one because look at the gingerbread boy's face. One thing we noticed when we read this story out loud as a group is that he looks mischievous. He looks like he wants to make some trouble. And we know the gingerbread man and the gingerbread boy like to make some trouble. So I'm going to choose this one because I like that he's mischievous. He likes to make trouble. So I'm going to take this to my spot, and I'm going to take it up here because this is my spot. You are certainly welcome to take the book to your table and look through it for an idea. And I think that I'm going to look through and find my favorite part in the story. Oh, there's when he's running away from the old woman. She looks so worried. Oh, there's when he's running away from the farmers. Do you know what my favorite part was for me, though? The fox. That fox is so tricky. And look at his face right there. The gingerbread boy doesn't even know what's going on. And I think I'm going to write, the gingerbread boy meets the fox, because that's what's happening in the picture. He meets the fox, and the fox takes him across the river. So let's think about that. The gingerbread boy meets the fox. And because I've already gotten an idea from a book, I'm going to do my writing first this time, and then I'll do my picture with lots of details. So the gingerbread boy meets the fox. Now, that sounds like a lot of words. And my concern is that I might forget where I'm going when I'm writing. Let me show you what the good writers do when that happens to them. They say the sentence, the gingerbread boy meets the fox. And then they count the words in the sentence. I'll tell you in a minute why that's so important. The gingerbread boy meets the fox. Now let's count my fingers to find out how many words is that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know that I need to write 6 words to get all the words of my sentence in. So what I'm going to do is give myself a writing plan. And when good writers give themselves a writing plan, they give themselves a line for each word. That way, you know how many words you've done and how many you've got to go. So I counted 6 words. And what I'm going to do is, as I make one line for each word, I'm going to say the words again so that I keep reminding myself of what I'm writing. The finger space, because we know that good writers use finger spaces, otherwise their words get all jumbled up together and it's very hard to read the wonderful writing that's happened. The gingerbread, using a little bit of a long longer line there because you know what? Gingerbread sounds like a long word. The gingerbread, I better drop down. I don't think I'm gonna have enough space right here, so I better drop down. Boy meets, pretty short words, the finger space fox. Now let me show you the real trick to making the plan work, okay? Right away, after you put your lines in, put your punctuation in at the end, your period or your exclamation mark or your question mark right away at the end. Otherwise, sometimes when you get into the sounding out, you forget that you need an ending mark at the end of your sentence. So my sentence is, the gingerbread boy meets the fox. Now I definitely wouldn't use a question mark because question marks go at the end of questions. I would have to use a period or an exclamation mark. I'm not really that excited that the gingerbread boy meets the fox because I know the fox is going to eat him. So I'm just going to make it a telling sentence and I'm going to put a period in. Okay, now I'm going to start writing. I better put my book down so I can focus just on what's going on here. The, that is a sight word. The is a sight word, so I know how to spell it. And in case I forget, I can tiptoe right over to the word wall. I can find it and I can bring it back to my desk. Watch how I do that. I'm going to just tiptoe right over to the word wall. I'm not going to say a thing. I'm not going to talk to anybody on my way. I'm just going to real tiptoe quiet, T-H-E the, and I'm going to bring it right back to my journal so that I can write it just in the school way. Now, the. I'm looking at T-H-E the. There's a lowercase t right there. But I happen to know from all the talks we've had as a class that a sentence will always start with an uppercase letter. So I'm just going to change that lowercase t to an uppercase. The. H down, up over the hill, E, out of the garage, up around and down. The. Now, somebody else might also need to use the. So while I'm doing all my writing, I'm not going to keep it here because if someone else goes to the word wall, they won't be able to find it. So right away, after I'm done with it, I'm going to tiptoe back to the word wall. And I'm going to go ahead and put the back. That way it's there for anybody else who wants to use it. Okay. The gingerbread. Long word. I got to really stretch that out slow with my stretcher. Gingerbread. That's J. J, like my good friend Jonathan. That's the noodle sound. Down, up over the hill. That's my N. Like Jonathan again. Down, up, read that. Ginger. That's my sound, my R. Ginger. B bubble sound. Pull down, push up and around. Gingerbread. Like dad. That's D. All the way around, up in the air, pull down. Now, let me show you a really great trick. You have a lot of words in your sentence, and so chances are, in the middle of the sentence, you're going to forget what comes next. So what the great writers do is they go back and they reread each word to see what comes next. The gingerbread man. Okay, let's stretch it out. Now, that sounds like a shorter word, so I might be able to use my arm stretching trick to do that one. Man. Pull down, up over the hill, Bite your apple for your A. There's that crazy noodle sound like Nile noodle. Pull down, up over the hill. The gingerbread man meets. Delicious M sound. Down, up over the hill, over the hill. The gingerbread man, E. That's E saying its letter name. Meet. Talking teeth. Meet. Slippery snake. S. Now I better go back and reread because guess what? I don't know what comes next. So good writers go back and reread to figure out what comes next. The gingerbread man meets. I'm on a new word. That means I move to my new line. Meets the. Another the. And I can use the resource that's already in my sentence to write it. I could get up and go to the word wall if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to use it where it's already in my sentence. Then I don't have to get up and I may forget what I'm thinking. Friends, this time I'm going to use a lowercase t because I'm in the middle of the sentence, so I want to make sure to use a lowercase t. New line, new word. T-H-E. Okay, let's go back and reread. The gingerbread man meets the new word, new line. Fox. That's a pretty short word. Let's try that arm stretcher trick. Ox. Fox. Floppy fish. That's the F. Push up, pull down, cross it. There's the doctor. That's the O. X. Play your symbol. X. Go here. Back. Do I hear anything else in fox? No, just the X. Now, for the last time, as a great writer, I'm going to go back and I'm going to read to make sure I didn't miss any words. I'm going to point to each word as I read too, because that's what good readers do. The gingerbread man meets the fox. Okay, so my picture has got to match my words. So what kind of things would I need to include in my picture? Well, my words talk about a gingerbread man and a fox. So I think my picture should have a gingerbread man and a fox in it. So I start with my gingerbread man, that sassy little guy, and I'm going to try really hard to make his face kind of sassy, like it is in the story. Buttons that he's got. His eyes kind of go up like that because they're kind of sassy. There's the gingerbread boy, and he meets the fox. Now, I'm not very good at drawing foxes, so I'm a little bit nervous about it, but you know what? I know that my teacher just expects I'll do my very best, and if I do my best, she's going to have a smile on her face, and then I can feel good about my work. So I'm just going to try the best I can, and I might even choose to look at the picture of the fox in the book as a guide. Okay, there he is. Look at how sassy he is, too. I'm going to have to draw a sassy face on him, too. Okay, I think I'm going to choose to draw him in the river here because that's what the picture does. That's when he's taking him across the river. Remember, he tricks, let's start with the ears. He tricks the gingerbread man and he makes him think he's saving him by taking him across the river. Instead, that very naughty fox decides to eat the gingerbread man. Here's the water. Okay, there's his head and his back. And I'm going to draw the tail because remember the gingerbread man started out on the fox's tail when he first met him. So there's the, he's going to go down under the water and the tail is coming up. The gingerbread man is on his tail, you can see, and this is all water. Remember, the reason the gingerbread man, put that sassy smile on there, had to count on the fox for help is because he would crumble up in the water, and so he needed the fox to take him across the water to keep him nice and dry. It kind of looks like there's some leaves in the background. I'm going to add those background details. You can see the leaves, just to make my picture more interesting for the person who's reading my journal. Okay, and it looks like there's some clouds in the sky. Of course, again, if I was at a table and I had crayons and I could use them, I would be using lots of colorful pictures, but if I used crayons on this board, it would break my board. So I have to use just black, but your picture can be much more colorful. Look at that picture. Do you see how it takes up all the space in the box? There's no empty space. There's lots of details, and my picture matches my words exactly. My words say, the gingerbread man meets the fox. And my picture shows a gingerbread man and a fox. It matches exactly, and that's what your picture will do. When I call your name, please tiptoe to where your journal